GAFAM are transnational firms, powerful transnational firms.
Indeed, the turnovers of the GAFAM are huge, and their stock exchange value is way higher.
GAFAM earn a lot of money, but taxes seem impossible to set up, even if they would enable France to earn about 500 million euros and for Canada to earn about $540 million if they actually decide to tax the GAFAM. But if millions of dollars are at stake, why GAFAM are not being taxed?
First, because of tax havens. More controls are needed, but the difficulty in Europe is having the agreement of other countries to tax the GAFAM, because some are tax havens which have everything to lose if they tax GAFAM, such as Denmark, Netherlands or Ireland.
However, establishing a global tax is very hard because all countries do not have the same interests. The other problem is to decide how and by who the tax will be perceived. Finally, the scale is probably too extensive and will be expensive to institute a global tax. The idea of a nation-scale tax on the GAFAM is good, but it would be way too complicated to set up because of the immateriality of their activities, but also because other companies with smaller turnovers will be penalized by such measures.
That being said, millions of dollars are not the only thing at stake. Ethic and political issues are raised. First, the lack of redistribution creates inequalities. Therefore, a global tax would be beneficial, for example, for the poorest countries. Indeed, they could expect to tax the GAFAM and the international companies too, which will be a way for them to fight against both poverty and inequalities. Secondly, the lack of taxes also leads to an not-tackled issue of negative externalities. The GAFAM are huge polluters, and nothing can be done about that if their activities are not taxed.
About the political issues, first, the idea of taxing the GAFAM could be used and instrumentalized by politicians in their campaigns. Moreover, these companies have market capitalizations higher than some countries' GDPs. For instance, in 2015, Apple profits were as high as the Portugal or the Qatar's GDP, and higher than the Romania's one.
The position of Trump's administration about the GAFAM isn't clear. Indeed, at the beginning, Trump seemed to be against the GAFAM. However, when the French government announced its will to tax GAFAM, Trump threatened it of retaliation.
Last year, the European Commission proposed a unique fiscal policy. However, they gave up on these reforms, and that's why some states tried to establish a national tax.
Finally, taxing the GAFAM seems almost impossible, but still is a thorny issue.